Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all... Well, I say good evening, it's actually the morning. Yeah, one of the very few times in which we actually do videos in the morning. Cool. Actually, to be honest, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get the proper lighting in anyway, because I think that's more like the thing, I suppose. Right, okay. Lighting now on, and I welcome each and every one of you back to our Metallica discography. So, what is this all about, you may be asking yourselves? Well, for those who know, can skip ahead. For those who don't know, on Christmas Day of this year, I plan on putting a neat little bow on our time with Metallica for good. And in order to do that, I came up with a very, very simple video for us to do on Christmas Day. Simply titled, Every Metallica Song Ranked from Worst to Best. As I'm sure you can imagine, it's not necessarily going to be the easiest task in the world to do. However, one of the things it does give us the opportunity is one last time to go through the entire Metallica discography and basically to see which is really the best song they ever did. And you know we're already off to a good start in how less than a week we got through Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets back to back to back. And guess what? The hits don't stop coming because now we're at the final Metallica album of the 1980s, and Justice for All. And listen, there are just as many great songs on this album as on Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets. There are some that I feel like, again, probably aren't going to rank quite as high, and there may be some surprises along the way. But we start at the very beginning with Blackened. And surprisingly enough, I didn't even think to type in Blackened before we even got onto YouTube. I went onto Google, typed it in without thinking about it, and then I get shown something. Yeah, I didn't know who Violet Myers was before I started all this, but now I think I've seen things that I can't unsee. Ah well. Anyway, with all that being said, let's move on to the beginning. Now, I know a lot of people are a little bit problematic when it comes to things like And Justice for All, because there's a significant lack of bass for quite a lot of these. The attitude I've adopted with is that I can't, judge something on what I can't hear. I can only judge based on what is actually here. So if you think that automatically disqualifies a lot of songs from entering the top 10, you couldn't be more wrong. But we'll get to those when we get to those. In the meantime, Blackened. And of course, for our long-time viewers, that's more like it. Let's go.
Never will a man, never
Nothing but the kill. Never seen before. Reading never more. Never. To begin with the dance of the dead. Blackened is the end. To begin with the dance of the dead. Oh, blackened. Blackened. Although, again, this is just really cool.
Begin with the dance of the dead. Blackened is the end. To begin with the dance of the dead. Fire is the outlook of hypocrisy. Sin of humanity. Blackened.
Hi, Jim.
Hi. Yeah, Grant. Okay, so there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That was Blackened, and to kick off what is... It's an interesting one, actually, to get started with, and I love the aspect of talking about the destruction of human life. It's it's a relatively tried and tested concept insofar as like quite a lot of metal. So in fact, to be honest, it's probably one of the few metal songs I know that talks about death and destruction, or destruction of nature more than anything else. It's one of those things I feel like it probably I know maybe 2 Minutes to Midnight is probably also up there with its destruction emphases, and to be honest, it's also probably the first time that we've actually, this is because, by the way, this is also the longest opening to a Metallica album we've done yet, and I think it probably wouldn't even be touched for at least another 21 years by the time we get to Death Magnetic. Actually, speaking of Death Magnetic, surprisingly also an album famously like has death as his central motif. And if it sounds like I'm stalling a little bit, it's because, well, yeah, I'm a little bit unsure, because originally I had this at like number 20 as the 21st best Metallica song, but I'm looking at what I've seen we've come already, and I feel it's probably gonna go a little bit further down, probably. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to move this quite a bit further down than I want. But I think, okay, so yeah, it's going to get moved down quite a lot, actually. So, but not too much. So, in conclusion, I think Blackened is better than In a Mortar, but I also think it's behind No Remorse. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine with, because I feel like by putting it between Creeping Death and the Four Horsemen, probably not in that sort of. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but I also think there's a lot of other contenders that I think are better. And for those who don't understand what's actually going on, is that before I even started doing this whole like series, I had the idea of doing a tier list on Tier Maker in which I did every single Metallica song and then ranked them all as I wished. And the benefit of this is that I actually have a point of reference where I can move things around, and certain things will go higher, certain things will go lower, and it gives me quite a bit of flexibility. And I think that's I quite like that. I quite like doing it like that. And it also means that if you go onto the comment section down below, you'll also be able to see a tier list as well and see exactly what you think. But in the meantime, I'll see all of you guys again next time. Thank you.